Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Fall Classic. The 1983 season is on the air. Today's date is August 19th, 83. We are at Memorial Stadium for the first time. An important matchup in the American League between the Kansas City Royals and the Baltimore Orioles. The Royals come into this game a record of 10 under 500. They are 53 and 63. And even though they are under 500, they are only 2 games back of third place. But they got to get above 500. So right now, every game for the Royals here counts. The Baltimore Orioles, well, they've been on a hot streak. They come into this game a record of 72 and 44. They have not lost many games recently, and they are now only 3 games back of the Yankees in the American League East. And this Orioles team started out a little slow, and now they just don't know how to lose. So we got a big game tonight here between the Royals and the Orioles here. Our first trip here to Memorial Stadium, and hopefully we'll have a good matchup tonight. It is an important game for both teams. This is also the final game of the third schedule block. Starting for the next games, I'll now be choosing the best games on the fly, but I'll still try to get all these teams in there. We'll see what happens. The Orioles historically won this game 3-1. Both teams had 6 hits and no errors. But Fall Classic can be a little finicky, and we'll see how this will go tonight. So if everybody's ready to play, it is time to play some Fall Classic Baseball. So let's get to it. Starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles tonight, a young 21-year-old Storm Davis. 13 wins, 7 losses in 83 with a 122 whip. So he gets the call tonight for the Orioles. He only gave up 1 earned run, or 1 run in the game, since it was only a 3-1 score. So both these pitchers are going to be A pitchers. So we'll see how we may get another pitchers duel tonight. So let's get things ready to go. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Royals is the shortstop, UL Washington. 236 average, 5 homers, 41 RBIs. We're going to use orange, white, and black dice. Orioles are the home team. A great crowd here at Memorial Stadium. Joe Altobelli, the manager for the Orioles. Dick Hauser, the manager for the Royals. Let's see what Fall Classic has to say tonight. That's a 62, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Washington goes down on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Davis. He had 125 of them in 83. Next batter will be the center fielder, Pat Sheridan. 270 average, 7 homers, 36 RBIs. Davis will pitch. 45, and that is going to be an out. That's a fly ball to center field. John Shelby will get to it and make the catch for out number 2. And now here's the third baseman, Hall of Famer, and yes, one of the greatest of all time, Mr. George Brett. 310 average, 25 homers, 93 RBIs that year. Kevin O1SH is first to join us here at Memorial Stadium. Davis, 63, and that is going to be an out. It's going to be a fly ball to center field once again. And Shelby's going to go ahead and get it, make the catch, and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. How he pooped his pants. I don't think I did. You may have to tell me a little bit about that one, Kevin O1. Leading off, new starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals tonight is Eric Rasmussen. 3 wins and 6 losses, a 159 whip. He is also an A pitcher for the game. Leading off for the Orioles will be the center fielder, John Shelby. 258 average, 5 homers, 27 RBIs. By the way, rest in peace, Gene Hackman. I would like to say that he is one of the greatest of all time, but I'd even think that statement doesn't do him enough justice. Rasmussen, 13, and that's going to be an out. It's a fly to right field, and Amos Otis will get to that and put it away for the out, 1 down. Here's the right fielder, Jim Dwyer, 286 average, 8 homers, 38 RBIs. He was a great actor. Even that's an understatement. I rank him up there in the top 10 of all actors in the history of Hollywood. He was just an amazing guy, and and there are so many movies he was in, and he was excellent in every single one of them. Rasmussen will deal. 51, possible strikeout. The 6 is a no, so that's going to be a possible error on the shortstop. So that ball is hit to Washington. His error rating is an 11. That's a 3. He'll make an error. He'll boot it away, and Dwyer will be safe at first. That's going to be a 1-base error, and Dwyer is safe on an E6. First error on the Royals in the game. They didn't have any historically. So Dwyer winds up at first. And now here comes the shortstop, Hall of Famer, the Iron Man himself, Cal Ripken, 318 average, 27 homers, 102 RBIs. Dwyer on at first. Rasmussen, a bad error by Washington, allows the Orioles to get a base runner. And that's a 61, and that is going to be an out, and it's going to be a foul pop out to left field. A foul pop out to left, and that's going to be Joe Simpson making the catch. And that's going to be a pop out to left, 2 down. And now here's the first baseman, Hall of Famer, and one of the greatest of all time, Eddie Murray, 306 average, 33 homers, 111 RBIs. Eddie Murray definitely gets a GOAT rating from me. Dwyer on at first, pitch from Rasmussen, 13, and that's going to be an out. It's going to be a fly ball to left field. Simpson's going to get to that one as well. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was an error, but nothing there. No score after 1. We go to the top of the second. Leading off will be the Kansas City designated hitter, Hal McRae. Had a great year. 311 average, 12 homers, 82 RBIs in 83. Davis with the pitch. 51, strikeout, 3. Yes, he got him. That's a possible strikeout. He is an A pitcher, and he got him. Struck him out. And that's going to be a second strikeout for Davis, 1 down. Here comes the first baseman, Willie Aikens, a 302 average, 23 homers, 72 RBIs. This Royals lineup was good. They just didn't have the pitching that year. Pitch from Davis, 31. That is a range play single, and that is going to be a pop. That's going to be a range play to the third baseman. So going after that is Todd Cruz. His range is a 12. And he's got it. 2 outs. That's going to take a single away. So that is a pop out to third base and 2 away. Even though it does say single on the ball, on the pitcher card, I kind of like a rule that Tony Porter uses. Anything on the 31 is a range play instead of an automatic single. So I actually like that. All the other results stay as they are. I like that idea. Gives a little bit more chance to the defense. Here's the right fielder, Amos Otis, underrated player. 261 average, 4 homers, 41 RBIs. Ben Wicks joins us here at Memorial Stadium. And I'm sure, Ben, you do know of the passing of Gene Hackman, sir. Davis, 31, again a range play. This time it's going to be a range play to short. And that's going to be a chance for what? That's going to be a chance for Ripken. His range is a 12. That is a 12. Nice play by Ripken. He'll get up and throw to first and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. That's what I'm calling that a 31 range play automatically. Loved Hoosiers. Yes. Loved Hoosiers. My favorite 2 films of him was The Birdcage, which was absolutely hilarious. But my favorite film in him was Mississippi Burning. Leading off for the O's will be the Baltimore designated hitter, Ken Singleton, 276 average, 18 homers, 84 RBIs. There wasn't a bad movie he was in, but Mississippi Burning's my favorite one with him. Rasmussen will pitch. 22, that's going to be ball 4. He'll walk. He will walk Singleton, and Singleton will trot to first. First walk given up by Rasmussen. And now here's the left fielder, Gary Renicky, 260 average, 19 homers, 64 RBIs in 83. Singleton on at first. Rasmussen will go ahead and pitch. 23, and that's going to be an out X, which means that's an automatic double play, and we're going to say that he is a righty, so that's a double play to short. So 6-4-3 double play, 2 outs. And out X is an automatic double play with a runner on first. Automatic grounder. So 2 outs. And now here's the third baseman, Todd Cruz. 208 average, 3 homers, 27 RBIs. Yes, 95 years old. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Rasmussen will pitch. 53, possible strikeout. 9 is a no. So now it's a range play, and that's going to be a range play to third base, and that is George Brett. He was not that great. His range is a 4, and he's not going to get it, and that's going to be a base hit. So Todd Cruz slaps one past Brett, and it's a single. So he doesn't get it there. So Cruz goes to first. And now the next batter is the second baseman, Len Sakata, 254 average, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Doug Hunt joins us here at Memorial Stadium. The Firm and Quick and the Dead. Oh, come on. Yes, absolutely 2 great films. I'm sure Doug Hunt also knows that Gene Hackman rested in peace today. Cruz on at first. Rasmussen will pitch. 14, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Getting to that will be Amos Otis, and he'll put it away and retire the side. No runs and a hit, and it's still 2-0. No score after 2. Lex Luthor is a favorite. Yes, he was Lex Luthor. There was nobody better than him, even though I had no issue really with Kevin Spacey or whoever they got now playing it. But no, he was Lex Luthor in Superman and Superman 2, absolutely. And yes, you've not seen The Conversation? Oh boy. Yeah, you need to watch that film. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for KC will be the second baseman, Frank White. 260 average, 11 homers, 77 RBIs in 83. Davis will pitch. 65. That's a possible home run. That's a 19. And it can only be a 1-4, so it's not going to be a home run. Instead, it's going to be a fly ball to right field, and Jim Dwyer is going to make the play for out number 1. Next up is the catcher, John Wathan, 245 average, 2 homers, 32 RBIs. If Hollywood was the Hall of Fame, he's the first ballot. Yeah, these absolutely. As SSG2 joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Yes, no Harold Baines situation there. And of course, as XC2 has to throw Harold Baines in there somewhere. We can't have a game here on RJL Network without mentioning the B word. 25, that's an out to ground out to short. Ripken will get to that. He'll throw it out to first for out number 2. And now we'll see the left fielder, Joe Simpson. Simpson, eh? I'll have to remember that name. 168 average, no homers, 8 RBIs. This game between the Royals and the Orioles was actually the second game of a doubleheader that was played today. I decided to play the second game because we've not seen Rasmussen or Davis on the board. Davis will pitch. 12, that's an out to ground out to second base, handled there by Sakata. He'll throw to first and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals. We go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Orioles will be the catcher, Rick Dempsey, 231 average, 4 homers, 32 RBIs. Dempsey may not have been a great hitter, but he may have been one of the best fielding catchers in history. Rasmussen, 62, and that's going to be a ground out to second. White will take care of it and throw it over to first for the out, 1 down. And now here's Shelby. Shelby is 0 for 1. Rasmussen, he'll pitch. 55. Oh, that's a 7, and Shelby rips one, and a 1 to 4 would be a triple, 5 to 6 a double. That's a 7. It's going to be a single. So Shelby will get a base hit. So he will hold it first. Shelby actually a pretty good stealing threat, but he doesn't get the steal sign here, and he will hold it first. And that will bring up Dwyer. Dwyer is 0 for 1, but reached on an error. Checking the hit and run ratings. I got to find a way to get hit and runs in the game. And I'm figuring if a steal sign comes up, I got to see if it would be a chance of a steal or a hit and run. I may utilize a plus sign for a hit and run chance. So I'll see what I'm going to do here. I got to get hit and runs in the game. Shelby on at first. Rasmussen will pitch. 31, that's a range play single, and that's going to be hit to left field. Left fielder for the Royals is Joe Simpson. His range is an 11, and he can't make it. That's going to drop in for a base hit. It'll be a 1-base single, a Texas leaguer, and Shelby goes to second. And he will hold there. So a 1-base single there. So now runners at first and second for Ripken. Ripken is 0 for 1. Today's generation, what's a hit and run? Shelby on at second, Dwyer on at first. Ripken will go ahead and prepare to receive the pitch. Rasmussen, 23, swing and a miss, struck him out. He gets Ripken. And that is the first strikeout for Rasmussen. He only had 18 of them that year. Rasmussen only started a few games. So that is out number 2. And now here's Murray. Murray is 0 for 1. Now you can't block any base regardless whether you have the ball or not. Yeah, I heard about that one now. To blow him up and shoot him down game. Shelby on at second, Dwyer at first. Pitch from Rasmussen, 52. Possible strikeout. That's a 1. He got him. Cold strike 3 on Murray, and he's out, and the inning is over. Second strikeout there. No runs, 2 hits for the O's. No score after 3. As Rasmussen deals a big one there. We go to the 4th. Top of the order. Here's UL Washington for the Royals. He's 0 for 1. Davis, he'll go ahead and pitch. Davis, 11. That's an out. It's a grounder to second base. Sakata's got it. He'll toss it over for the out, 1 down. And now here's Sheridan. Sheridan is 0 for 1. Davis with the pitch, 31. Possible. That's a range play. That's a range play, 31. And that's going to center field. Coming in is Shelby. His range is a 7, and he will. Nope, that's going to be a base hit. Sheridan will get a single, and that's the first hit of the game for the Royals. So it drops in for a single, and now the batter is Brett. Brett is 0 for 1. Sheridan on it first, 1 out here, top of the 4th, no score. Important game between the Royals and the Orioles. Davis, 45, and that is going to be an out, and that's going to be a line out to center field. If the white die is 1, the center fielder makes a sliding catch. It is not. It's a 5. That's just going to be a line out to center. Shelby gets that, and that's out number 2. And here comes McRae. And McRae is 0 for 1. Sheridan on it first. And now the pitch from Davis. 45, and that is going to be an out. It's a fly ball to center field, and Shelby's going to make this catch as well. and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Royals. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Pitchers duel between these two, and kind of expected since I made both pitchers an A. They are pitching like they did in the game. Ken Singleton leads off for the Blackbirds. He walked his first time up. Rasmussen will go ahead and pitch. 56, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. He'll get Singleton, and that's the third straight K by Rasmussen. 1 out. Next up is Renicky. Renicky is 0 for 1. Rasmussen, 51, possible strikeout. The 11 says no. Now it's a possible error, and it's a possible two-base error on the first baseman, and that is Willie Aikens. And Aikens stunk. His error rating is a actually no, I'm sorry. His error rating was good. His error rating is a 1. My bad. And he's not going to make an error. That's going to be an out. That'll be handled by Aikens. He'll toss it to Rasmussen covering. That's out number 2. I forget. If below the error rating, it's not an error. So a 1, it would have been an error. So that's going to be a ground out to first, 2 down. My bad. He was excellent. My bad. I am so sorry. Sometimes I get confused on the ratings. Here's Cruz. Cruz got a single his first time up. Pitch from Rasmussen. 22. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Sheridan will get to that, and he's got it, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go the Orioles. No score after 4. The historical score of this game was 3-1, so it was a low-scoring game, and right now, Fall Classic seems to agree. Top of the 5th, and it will be Willie Aikens, and Aikens is 0 for 1. Actually, that was a range play? That was a 51 or an error? Oh, never mind. We'll continue where it is. So, Davis will pitch to Aikens. 33, it's a base hit. Aikens will get himself a single and he'll head to first. So, base hit for him. And now the batter is Otis, and Otis is 0 for 1. 1940 payoff pitch, Yankees and Red Sox. Excellent game, by the way. Aikens on it first. He did not get the steal sign. He'll stay at first base. Davis with the pitch. 54. That's off the 54 chart. And that is going to be men on base, wild pitcher, pass ball. Refer to pitcher's wild pitch rating. And if 9, it's a wild pitch. Davis's wild pitch rating is a 1 to 18. That is going to be a wild pitch, and Aikens is going to second. Wild pitch there on Davis. It's his first, and now Aikens is in scoring position. They'll try again. Davis will go ahead and pitch, and 42, and that's going to be an out. Let's see what kind of out, and it's going to be a fly out to left field. And Aikens is going to hold at second base for out number 1. Easy catch there by Renicky. And now 1 out. Here comes White. White is 0 for 1. Aikens, they'll go ahead and pitch. Not pitch, he'll hold. Davis will pitch. 35, and that is going to be an out. And it's going to be a fly ball to right field. Once again, that's going to be caught by Dwyer. Aikens will hold at second base, 2 down. He will hold there, 2 away. It'll bring up Watson. Watson is 0 for 1. Aikens still on at second base. No score here, top of the 5th. Pitch from Davis, 56. And that's going to be a cold strike 3 on Watson, and the inning is over. Watson goes down on strikes. That is the 3rd K for Davis. So no runs, a hit, and a wild pitch. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Leading off for the Orioles will be Len Sakata. He is 0 for 1. Rasmussen, he'll go ahead and pitch. 65, possible home run. Rasmussen's a 1-4. That's a 5. That is not going to be a homer. Instead, that's going to be a fly ball deep to center field. And Sheridan is going to make the play. And that's out number 1. Wow, Sakata just missed it by 1. He had 3 homers. He does not get one there. Here's Dempsey. Dempsey is 0 for 1. You said that Fall Classic goes back farther than inside pitch. Will we have the option in all Fall Classic season further back? We may, but we'll see what happens. Rasmussen will pitch. 35, and that is going to be, let's see, a single 1-4. That's a 14. That's not going to be a single. That's going to be a ground out to second. Taken care of by White, and White will toss it over 2 down. I'm still working on how the selection show is going to go. The selection show is getting a serious format change. And what's going on? You'll have to wait until then. Here's Shelby. Shelby is 1 for 2. The next selection show is quite a ways away, at least 2 months. Rasmussen will go ahead and pitch to Shelby. And 66, it's a hard hit ball right past second, and that's going to split the gap. And Shelby has a 2-out double. Shelby has his second hit of the game. He's now 2 for 3. And it will now bring up Dwyer. And Dwyer's 1 for 2. Reached on an error also as well. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. No score. Royals and Orioles. Rasmussen will deal. 31, that's a possible range check. And that is going to be a range play on Rasmussen. That's an 11. At least I think I'm going to do it. Yep. That's a range play on Rasmussen. And his range is a 7. So a 1-7, he'll make the play. No, that's going to be a base hit. And with 2 outs, Shelby will come around. He will score. It's 1-0 Orioles. With 2 outs, that becomes a 2-base single, not a 1. And the Orioles take a 1-0 lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Dwyer. And now the batter is Ripken. Ripken is 0 for 2. So the Orioles are first to break through here against Rasmussen. Rasmussen will pitch. 41, and that's ball 4. He'll walk Ripken now. Gives up a walk. And now runners at first and second. That is the second walk given up by Rasmussen. But now you let Murray come up to bat. He's 0 for 2. And Eddie Murray is nothing but an absolute threat. 2 outs, 1-0 Orioles now. Rasmussen sets in. He'll pitch. 43, and he is going to get out of it. That is going to be a fly ball to right field. Amos Otis will get it, and he does, and retires aside. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. And the Orioles have a 1-0 lead here after 5. You've never been a fan of letting runners just keyhole into the catcher. I agree with that. I never was. But then again, can you name a couple of catchers that loved it when there were base runners coming down the third base line? I can name 2, at least. Bench and Carter. They didn't care. And neither did Yogi Berra. They didn't care. If you were coming down the third base line and you saw Berra, Bench, and Carter waiting for you with the ball in hand, okay, you deserve what happened to you. Top of the 6th, and it'll be Joe Simpson leading off for KC. He's 0 for 1. Davis pitching an absolute gem tonight. Davis with the pitch. 33, and that's going to be a fly ball to left. Gary Renicky will take care of it, and that's the first out. Here comes Washington. He's 0 for 2. Davis, he'll pitch. 21 and a 1-14 is a strikeout. That's a 17. Instead, it's going to be another fly ball to left field. Renicky will get to that as well. And that's out number 2. Here's Sheridan. Sheridan is 1 for 2. 100% on that, but you don't think it's right. You want pugilism. Yes, I agree. Ben Witz, I'm not, like I said, I don't want nobody getting hurt. I want nobody getting hurt. Baseball has changed a lot. It's still pretty much the same game, but it's changed a lot to make it safer. Davis will pitch to Sheridan. 34, and that is going to be a pop fly ball to second base. Popped out to second. Sakata says he's got it, and he does, and he'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Right now, they can't figure out Storm Davis. Rasmussen, both these pitchers can pitch to 27 batters. So right now, nobody's tired as of yet. Ken Singleton leads off for the O's. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Rasmussen will deal 61, and that is going to be a ground out to second base. Frank White's got it. He'll toss it over for the out, 1 away. Here's Renicky. Renicky is 0 for 2. Pitch from Rasmussen. 45, and that's going to be an out. That is going to be an out. That's going to be a hard line drive right to right field. That'll be grabbed by Otis. That's out number 2. It's actually a fly out to right, 2 down. And now Cruz. Cruz is 1 for 2. Game moving along here. 31 minutes in the stream. We're about to end the 6th inning. Rasmussen, 24. That's a hit by pitch, 1 to 3. -4, which means it's not happening. So instead, that's going to be a fly ball to left field. And Simpson's going to make that play. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. Still 1-0 after 6. Another low-scoring matchup here. We now go to the 7th. Davis. Let's see. Leading off for the Royals will be George Brett, and he is 0 for 2. Davis will go ahead and pitch. 25. That is going to be popped up, and that's going to be right behind the plate, as a matter of fact. Rick Dempsey's going to get that one, and that's going to be in foul territory for the out. That's 1 down. That's a pop out to the catcher. And now here's McCray. McCray is 0 for 2. Davis, 35, and that's a high fly ball to right. Dwyer will get to that. That's out number 2. Here's McCray. There's Akins. Akins is 1 for 2. Singleton got an extra base on a wild pitch. Davis, 21, swing and a miss, struck him out. The inning is over. Strikeout number 4 for Storm Davis. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals. And we are already at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we still got 10-minute ticker coming up after the ninth game. Tomorrow actually begins the fourth schedule block, and now I'm just going to be choosing games on the fly. Although I'm going to try to get as many of the teams that are in the playoff hunt as possible. Tomorrow night, we're going to go back to Dodger Stadium, a very important matchup in the National League. It'll be inside pitch. The Montreal Expos will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Steve Rogers will be pitching for the Expos, and Jerry Royce will be going for the Dodgers. The Dodgers, at the moment, are in second place behind the Braves, and the Expos are in second place behind the Phillies, but right behind them, the Phillies and the Phillies are neck and neck with the Expos. So a very important matchup tomorrow night. It'll be inside pitch. Expos and Dodgers. That is tomorrow night here on the network. Bottom of the seventh, 1-0 Orioles here. Len Sakata leads off. Rasmussen can pitch to two more batters before he faces a fatigue chance. Rasmussen will pitch. 65, that's a possible home run. The 14 is too high. Instead, that's going to be a fly ball to center field near the wall, but Sheridan will make the play, and that's out number one. Again, Sakata tries to get a home run, but he misses that one. Here's Dempsey. Dempsey is 0 for 2. Pitch from Rasmussen. 62, and that is going to be a grounder to first base. Up with it is Akins. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that is out number 2. Rasmussen is now tired. If he gives up a hit, he would move into the B section, but usually in this game, if they give up a hit, I usually take him out. Here's Rasmussen, because Fall Classic is a little different when it comes to fatigue results. Rasmussen will pitch to Shelby. Shelby 2 for 3, a single and a double. David Vega joins us here at Memorial Stadium. 11, and that's going to be a grounder to short, taken care of there by Washington. And he will toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the O's. They're holding on to a slim 1-0 lead here after 7. On to the top of the 8th. And it will be Amos Otis leading off for the Royals. He's 0 for 2. Davis, he got 4 more batters before he faces fatigue. 52, possible strikeout. 16 is a no. So now it's a possible error on the shortstop. And that, for the Orioles, is Ripken. Ripken's error rating is a 6. He won't make an error. Ripken will hold on to it. He's got it. Bobbles it just a bit, but he'll throw to first to get the out. 1 away. Nice play by Cal Ripken to avoid an error. And now here's White. John Haverly now joins us here at Memorial Stadium. White is 0 for 2. Definite pitchers duel going on here. Davis, 36, and that is going to be a ground out right back. That's going to be a ground out right back to the shortstop. That'll be handled there by Ripken, and the throw goes to first for out number 2. And now Watson. Watson is 0 for 2. Davis, 24, hit by pitch 1-2. -2 from Davis is a 0. That's not going to be a hit batter. That's going to be a fly to right. And Dwyer will get to it and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals. Orioles holding on to a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Jim Dwyer leads off. And the question is, are they going to let Rasmussen pitch? He's still an A pitcher. He's not giving up a hit yet. And let's see what they want to do. And I think Royals may just go to the bullpen here. Let's see what I want to do with them. They got left, right, and switch. Rasmussen's going to come out of the game. He has done a heck of a job. Coming on to pitch for the Royals is going to be Mike Armstrong. 10 wins, 7 losses, 3 saves. So Rasmussen leaves with a very tough L. And Armstrong is going to be a B pitcher. So Mike Armstrong will now come up to pitch. And Jim Dwyer leads off for the Orioles. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Pitch on the way, 64. That's going to be an out. And it's going to be popped up to second base. Easy play for Frank White, and that's out number 1. Here's Ripken. Ripken is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Armstrong. 23, swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ripken goes down on strikes. As Armstrong will get himself a K, 2 down. And now Murray. Murray is 0 for 3. Royals pitching's done a heck of a job. But here a 1-0 lead for the O's. Armstrong will pitch. 64, and that is going to be an out. It's going to be a fly ball to right field. Amos Otis will get to it and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Orioles. 1-0 after 8. But will we see some ninth inning magic? We go to the 9th. Storm Davis had 6 complete games in the 34 he had. I don't think the Orioles, as well as he's been pitching well. Let's see. Joe Simpson leads off for the Royals, but we're going to see a pinch hitter for him. So let's see what they're going to do here. We'll see who the Orioles want to bring out. I think if you're the Orioles, you got to bring out the closer, and that's Tippy. So Storm Davis is going to come out of the game, and coming on to get the save will be Tippy Martinez. 9 wins, 3 losses, 21 saves. So Davis leads with the W, and T. Martinez will come on to pitch, and he is going to be a B pitcher. So he will also be a B. So here comes Tippy Martinez to pitch, and we're going to see a pinch hitter for Joe Simpson as he's going to come out, which means I'll meet a new left fielder. But let's see who's going to pinch hit, and it is going to be Willie Wilson. 276 average, 2 homers, 33 RBIs, and a switch hitter. So Willie Wilson will pinch hit against Martinez. He's also going to take over in left field. It makes sense to do that since he can play the position. So timeout for a substitution, as he will take over in left. So Wilson coming in, and he is an 8.8211. So Willie Wilson will pinch hit against Martinez. Top of the 9th, 1-0 Orioles. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Martinez, 61, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. He'll go ahead and get Wilson, and that's the first out. And now here's Washington. Washington will bat, and he is 0 for 3. Martinez trying to get the save. 24, hit by pitch 1-2. That's a 6. It's not going to be a hit batter. That's going to be grounded to short. Ripken will take care of it, toss it over, 2 away. And now the last chance for the Royals will be Pat Sheridan. Sheridan is 1 for 3. He's got a single here. Tippy Martinez trying to close the door. 1-0 Orioles in a close matchup. But Baltimore is just moving quickly up these standings. Martinez will pitch. 11, and that's going to be an out. And it's going to be a ground ball right back to Martinez. He's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your game. The Orioles win a sneaker against the Royals 1-0. Stadium cheers. Yay! What a job by the Orioles tonight to come away with a big win against the Royals. A 1-0 victory here at Memorial Stadium. So a good matchup here. The Orioles only gave up 2 hits by the pitching staff. A heck of a job done. Final line score coming up. For the Orioles, 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. For the Royals, no runs, 2 hits and 1 error. The winning pitcher is Storm Davis, who'll get the win. Eric Rasmussen takes a very tough loss. Tippy Martinez will pick up the save. So a great job here by the Royals and the Orioles, actually, to get a big win. But we are not done. 10-minute ticker is next. Yep, still time for a dinner date. You don't get many 1-0 games in either Inside Pitch or Fall Classic, but when they do, they're hard. They are hard to come by. But a very quick night of baseball tonight. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So it is a 1-0 win for the O's. And now we'll play the first game of this doubleheader, Kansas City at Baltimore. Kansas City 363, and that is 6. Orioles 1666, and that is 11. And so the Orioles actually won both games today. Toronto at Boston. Maybe they scored 17 runs in the first game, so I guess that's the reason why they only scored 1 run in the second game. They were both tired. Toronto at Boston. Let's see. Blue Jays 1551, and that's 6. Red Sox 1254, and that is also 6. And they're going to go to extras. Toronto, both teams roll a 3. Toronto's a +0. Boston's a +1. That'll be a win for the Red Sox. Seattle at Cleveland. Mariners 624. That's 2. Indians 1025. That's 3. A win for the Tribe. Oakland at Milwaukee. Athletics 1035. That is 4. Brewers 1466. That's 11. A win for the Brew Crew. Detroit at Minnesota. Tigers 1623. That's 3. Twins 655. That's 5. And that's a tough loss for the Tigers. California and the Yankees. Angels 533. That is 3. Yankees 1361. That is 7. And the Yanks will get the win. White Sox and Texas in a doubleheader. White Sox 1155. That is 6. Rangers 146, and that is 4. The White Sox take the first. White Sox 745, and that's 4. Rangers 952. That's 5. They'll split the twin bill. Atlanta and the Cubs. Braves 1456. That's 7. Cubs 816. That is 2. A win for the Bravos. Phillies and the Dodgers. Phillies 364. That's 6. Dodgers 412. 0. A win for the Phils. Reds and the Pirates. Reds 442. And that is 3. Pirates 246. And that's 4. Raise the Jolly Roger. Expos and the Padres, big series. Expos 1246. That is 5. Padres 753. That is also 5. They are going to extras. Expos roll a 6. -2 is 4. Padres roll a 5 +0. And that's going to be a win for the Friars. Mets and the Giants. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 651, and that is 5. Giants 765, and that is 8. And the answer is no. Astros and the Cardinals. Astros 863, that's 7. Redbirds 624, and that is 2. And that is a win for the Astros. On to August 20th, Kansas City at Baltimore. Royals 242, and that is 3. Orioles 1846, and that is 6. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Toronto at Boston. The Orioles just don't know how to lose right now. Blue Jays 2216, that's 3. Red Sox 511, that's 0. A win for the Bluebirds. Seattle at Cleveland. Mariners 511, that is 0. Cleveland 854, and that is 6. Another win for the Tribe. Oakland at Milwaukee. Oakland 1161, and that's 7. Brewers 1111, that's 0, and a win for the A's. Detroit at Minnesota. Tigers 2043, and that's 6. Twins 535, that's 3. That'll be a win for the Cats. California and the Yankees. Angels 961, that is 6. Yankees 1513, and that is 2. And the Orioles will gain a game on them. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox 111. That's pretty much as bad as you can get. That's 0. Rangers 545, and that's 4. It's a win for the Rangers. Braves and the Cubs. Braves 1551, that's 6. Cubs 565, that's 8. It's a win for the Cubbies. Phillies and the Dodgers. Phillies 826, that's 3. Dodgers 1114, and that is 2. Philadelphia Freedom. Reds and the Pirates. Reds 146, that's 4. Pirates 1115, that is 2. That game belongs to the Reds. Mets and the Giants. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 666, that is 9. Giants 1123, that is 3. And my Mets finally get a happy recap. Astros and the Cardinals. Astros 846, that is 5. Cardinals 945, and that is 5. And they are going to extras. Astros roll a 5 plus 2 is 7. Cardinals roll a 4 plus 0, and that'll be a win for the Astros. August 21st, Kansas City at Baltimore. Royals 1036, and that is 4. Orioles 1214, and that is 2. And finally, Baltimore takes a loss. Toronto at Boston. Blue Jays 1422, that is 3. Red Sox 1563, and that is 8. That's a win for the Bo Sox. Seattle at Cleveland. Mariners 246, that's 4. Indians 1244, and that is 5. And the Indians are on a little winning streak. Oakland at Milwaukee. Athletics 464, that is 7. Brewers 1514, that is 2. Tough loss for the Brew Crew. Detroit at Minnesota. Tigers 1136, and that is 4. Twins 1853, that's 7. That's a win for the Twins. Angels and the Yanks. Halos 852, and that's 5. Yankees 1066, that is 10. A win for the Bronx Bombers. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox 963, that's 7. Rangers 313, that is 0. And the Pale Hose will get the win. Braves and the Cubs. Braves 1356, that is 7. Cubs 611, that's 0. A win for the Bravos. Phillies and the Dodgers. We have the Dodgers and the Expos tomorrow night. Phillies 13-14, and that is 2. Dodgers 662, and that's 6. A win for the Bums. Reds and the Pirates. Reds 553, that is 5. Pirates 15-21, that's only 3. That game belongs to the Reds. Expos and the Padres, big doubleheader. Expos 745, and that is 4. Padres 414, that is 1. The Expos win the first. Expos 354, that is 5. Padres 744, that is 4. The Expos take both. Two big wins there for the Expos. Mets and the Giants. Can my Mets get a win? Mets minus 122, which is 1. Giants 1164, that is 8. And the answer is no. Astros and the Cardinals. Astros 764, that is 7. Cardinals 536, and that is 3. That's another win for the Astros. That's a tough night for the Cardinals. They lost all their games tonight. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be August 22nd. We will be at Dodger Stadium. Inside pitch, the Montreal Expos will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Steve Rogers will be going for the Expos. Jerry Royce for the Dodgers. A very important game in the National League tomorrow. Could be a playoff preview. Expos, Dodgers, Rogers and Royce. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. There was a lot of offense tonight. So much offense on the board that only the Orioles were able to get a run. Baltimore beats Kansas City 1-0 in a real pitcher's duel. We'll see you guys tomorrow.